Hello and welcome. I am Sunwoo Farmer, and I will show you my route, um, the advanced tutorial for this route for the Super 16. We're going to start at ship here and just go through some rooms. Probably, we're going to hit up most of the rooms and like a basic strat through them. There are going to be faster strats that I won't explain here, and yeah, there's a lot of extra. There's like a deep well of information that one can go through and to get more of the advanced techniques that I personally don't know or haven't practiced as much. All right, so we start the ship. We can do some arm pumping here. It moves you a pixel forward if you more or less go up and down like this while running. You can only do it um, up slopes and down slopes. If you try to do it, you'll fall like this prematurely. Or can, anyway. So from the ship, you can definitely shoot the door open while running and not bonk. There's a specific spot. I think I usually do it right around here when I'm running. No, it doesn't look like it at the moment, but when you're running and you shoot at that same spot, it opens the door. So right there on the back line. If you have Moonfall turned on, you can try this method. Um, I messed it up right there. It's basically a little bit faster down parlor here. And then you can do a down back and shoot the door open, missing the other two platforms. If you want to do a moonfall at the top here, like I just did, it's pretty basic if as long as you ran this game before or have a decent knowledge. This is the advanced tutorial, so this is for people who already played the game, have speed run the game, or um, want to go a little bit faster throughout this. So let's go to the top here, climb down. So we're gonna fall on the right side of this door. We're gonna do a moonfall right at the edge of this platform. If you do one too short, it doesn't work. The other, let's show the top actually. Okay, and you just hold down and shoot, and your shots will open the door, and holding down clips you through this platform when you go like that. You can also, it's not much slower, to just go down to this platform and perform a moonfall, and you can just leave it spinning. It'll clip you right into the door, or right before the door. Alright. The other way, of course, is just going down like this. I think you can count the platforms. I think it's just, nope, one more. Lead back and forth between them. As you can see, it's a little slower. About three and a half seconds or so. This is pit room. You basically just want to nail all the platforms. Try to jump high enough to get to the next one. And also, like, land on the edges so you can get more run speed for the next platform. There are many other techniques to that room, but that's pretty much the fastest. So, when you get off the elevator, you can just jump and make it all the way at the top. You have to jump sort of late, but not super late to not bonk your head here. And then from here, you just want to run and do like a really small spin jump. You'll land on this head of this skull thing, and then you can just jump into Morph Ball. You can do a wall jump off of Morph Ball to land here. You can shoot out the block. Many different ways to shoot out the block. You don't have to do it on here. You can come down here and shoot it. You can just aim down and shoot it. Alright, so through this room, this is my strat. It's pretty easy. That's basically it. You just want to shoot out the block right here. Probably should have loaded. Keep loading up the next room. Alright, construction zone down. Enter, shoot, delay your right a little bit so you hug that platform instead of bonking it. Grab the missile. You can get a turnaround there, so it does save some frames. So like shoot, and then so you're already almost turned around. You want to shoot the door and Moch Ball underneath. Try to stop as close here as possible. You can, I believe, you can ride this up and shoot it, or you can go a little bit on the platform and shoot, and then you're gonna morph into the. It just clears both the destructible platforms there with one shot if you're right up on that edge. Definitely won't go through everything because there's so many different strats. This is reverse pit room. Gotta clear the enemies. You want to try to stay on the platforms if you can. Let's do that a little better. Pit room be revisit. I'm using a little different technique with a down grab to try to grab the platforms. You can essentially run over them, but you more or less just want to hit the platforms. Just the same way we did before, just opposite. It's a little harder to hit that first one because you don't have a big runway. There we go. Okay, climb. You can do climb in a few different ways. You can just climb the platforms. Or you can wall jump up the side. So let's get a good save state for climb. I have never learned the platform way. There's a bunch of references for it online. So I'll show you the wall jump way. You hit 3 wall jumps, I think it's 4 wall jumps, and to like 7 wall jumps, 3 wall jumps, 5 wall jumps, 1 wall jump off that platform. And that's more or less the climb. That's what you want to aim for if you're trying to route this as fast as possible. Any lack of wall jumping through the climb can be detrimental. If you fall down platforms, it's seconds. Miss a wall jump, a few seconds, or a second, depending if you recover or not. This one you have to like. I was trying to stop here. This one you have to shoot up and then wall jump into it, so you can continue your shot, or your shot can continue on screen. And that's what we call a hero shot in this game. There's probably hero shots in other games as well. But that's more or less climb. Not crazy. If you're new, don't feel comfortable with wall jumping, I would definitely try to just use the platforms and get like a rhythm down. Something like that. Never done this before. I know you can go fast enough to where the pirates don't get you. Alright, that was horrible. But okay, so we come into this room. Essentially, I come in with a spin jump, making sure I'm on that ledge. We want to do a wall jump off of this, shoot the enemy there so we can climb instantly. We want to shoot that enemy, get a couple wall jumps, and do some nice clean ledge grabs. And then we sort of do a mock ball and try to fall right in between here. And I believe you can hit the ground and then unmorph, shoot the door. We'll want to switch to missiles here. Open the door. That's like an easy way, I would say, to open the door that's consistent. You just shoot once. You don't want to miss any shots here, because if you miss any shots, you're going to have to find these guys. Yeah, let's do this again. Flyway. The better strat, I think, is to shoot two, and then, yeah, that's the better strat. And then to angle down and shoot. Let's go bomb chorizo and show you what a fast bomb chorizo is supposed to look like. Or at least semi-fast. Okay, so you want to moonwalk back into position here. We want our left ankle to be on that line. And then we morph down in. This makes bomb chorizo always jump back and do a farm right away. You want to grab the missiles, but not all the missiles. And then you can grab the remainder of the missiles after you shoot 4 into bomb chorizo. And then you have to wait for his animation and then shoot 3 more. If he's not dead yet, then you have to shoot with a couple P shots after that. If you do enough P shots at the right time, you can definitely get him before his last animation plays. It's only a very, very small animation, but it is definitely something. But, yeah, more or less, that's that. Go to Alcatraz. So Alcatraz is this next room here. We can bypass the turtle if you're fast enough. It's a ripper. It's called a ripper in this game. You can bypass the turtle like that. If not, you can just wait for him. And then Alcatraz is going to consist of doing a spin jump into Morph Ball. But you're going to do it at the top here. Just like that. It's a little bit of a harder trick to get down. Definitely have some practice doing it. But you want to get sort of to the bottom here. Almost to where the last. Like, definitely think of you falling down before doing it. And then you're just going to want to hold left. And as you wall jump, hit down and then hold left. This saves you from going over here and bombing each one of these individually. So if you don't feel like you can only, if you can't do Alcatraz within, I would say 5 or 6 tries, I would recommend just going over here and going out the bomb way. So you can do a little mock ball up into that bomb. You can also wait and then do a mock ball like through the hole as it explodes. Um, oh yeah, better do this room. So if you bonk the door here, open it, and then hold shot, you're gonna angle down at that second mushroom that's stock, the longer one. If you've seen, we cleaned out all the enemies that was gonna stop us. So it's this mushroom right here in the background you want to angle down. And you want to be holding shot as you enter the room. Just running. Definitely one of the easier strats and very consistent. Especially if you're not full of missiles after leaving Bomb Frizo. So hold shot, angle down at the mushroom. You'll get that guy, this guy, that guy. And then, if you want, you can shoot a couple missiles about when you pass by. I think it's right here somewhere. And you'll usually hit one of these waivers that will give you a missile tank. Because you'll run into that E-tank. Here, if you grab that E-tank, you can just literally go through them. You don't really have to worry much. Because you want to save your 5 missiles for this pink door coming up. So first big part of the run right here, or logic break. This is just part of the normal any percent speed run in all categories. We're gonna do a mock ball here. So we're gonna get down to this door, line up on. You don't have to get on the edge, especially depending on how comfortable you feel. But you're gonna want to jump through this door. As you jump through this door, you hold it, jump continuously, aim down, and then morph and hold right as you hit the ground. When you hit the ground, like so on, it will convert your run speed into your morph speed, and you'll be able to get here where you normally shouldn't be able to. This is early supers. I'll show it off a few more times. You just want to make sure you're holding jump the whole time. You don't have to really do anything else with your jump button. So it'll just be down and then down plus right. And you'll morph right when you hit the ground. This does take some practice, but it's definitely one of the easier tricks in the game, and I think everybody here, or everybody participating in the Super 16, probably can do this with some time and effort. So after you do that, you're going to want to wall jump up to here. Try to avoid most of the enemies, or so you can use the iframes for them. So like taking a hit, and then I'm running through the rest of them. We're going to grab this super pack here and just fall down and leave. I might talk about a Variolus route after this, but we'll see. Let's see how this goes. More or less, let's see. Get supers. We're gonna fall down this room. You can just basically weave between this platform right here. In this next room, we're gonna jump at the very bottom of this slope, and you can do another mock ball and avoid the enemies. also setting you up for bombing through this wall. If you want, there is a farm technique to try to get a missile. I usually try to do it here, but you don't need to. See how I laid the bomb right there, and now I'm laying the bomb right there. That's sort of a little pattern back and forth that you can get a nice missile from. I usually try to shoot open the door and then do a mock ball through this as well. Little moonfall through Big Pink. We're gonna skip those missiles because I don't think they're really relevant for this run. Every item you pick is 7 seconds, so I think that's a 7-second free time save. I would recommend picking it up maybe your first few runs, but getting ammo here is pretty simple and easy. I think we'll go run through Big Pink one more time. Big Pink. This had you running through. It doesn't really matter if you do the mock ball or not. It saves a few frames, I think, and then if you combine it with other strats. So you're gonna want to go down here and grab charge. That is the main thing here. Getting charge. You can super that door open, and then you're gonna want to jump here as far as you can. You can start charging your beam. There's a few different ways through here. You want to actually shoot the guy instead of what I just did there. Okay, so Green Hill Zone. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so Green Hill Zone is this next room. After we super open the door, we're gonna start holding our charge beam. I don't have the right preset on here. Let's do KPDR. Okay. One more time through Big Pink. Super open that door. Oh, I didn't grab charge. You always want to remember your items here. There's not a good preset with all the items I have. Okay, so super open that door. We're gonna jump through on the last second. You can do a mock ball here to avoid the first enemy as well. And you want to charge your beam. You can, as you fall into this, you can shoot. And if you're, as long as you're on the top, I think the top half of that pixel, it'll go through, or the top half of this block. You're gonna want to shoot this guy, collect some ammo. Since we did skip that other missile pack, we do want to farm these guys and try to get one missile drop. So that was basically New Bridge, just farming. You can do it down back through Red Tower here. So you're going to want to morph and bomb this first spot because it's faster to go do this. Then you can do a down back and a moonfall. Jump through this door. You can shoot as you're on your way down and get a deboost off that. It just depends on how in depth you want to go with speed, a little speed ups here and there. Down backs are definitely a weird thing to learn. Shoot. I missed that again. Let me see if there's one other one. Okay, here we go. That's better. Okay, so we're at the bottom red tower. I want to jump through the door with a full speed run to make this platform. And then you can shoot him and do a damage boost like that. Damage boosting involves holding the A button, turning around in midair, and then as you get hit by the damage, you during the damage, Samus jolts, and if you hold the other direction or her backside, so like here I would be holding left if I did a damage boost, and it would boost me back a pretty far amount in this game. It's pretty definitely a thing, because you can just definitely skip that whole thing. Here, if you have extra missiles, you can just missile that guy. Get another super. This is advanced route. We do not grab Spazer. Spazer is a 30-second time loss, if not more. Because that's 30 seconds doing it perfectly. Granted, that room sort of sucked, but let's go to below Spazer. So you can crouch down, do 3 P shots. You can charge up a charge shot. Shoot him with the charge shot. You can use a missile and do that. There's many different ways to get through this room, but these next sequence of rooms are pretty easy. You want to be holding your charge beam and then letting go while you're in the door transition, and that will let you not bonk the doors if you do it correctly. So letting off here, and you see that, we're through the door. So this room, since we're light on ammo this run, I've been doing it different ways than I usually do. There's a few different setups to get to kraid, and this room in particular. So entering kraid's lair. So we want to have our super selected. This is the fast way. I'll bonk the ceiling now. Definitely easy to do, bonking the ceiling, but squat, you can feed a super into that. Let me do that. Wall jump, or make the jump. You can just go down here. This is probably the easiest method to get to kraid early, because you're supposed to have high jump boots. Get in here. You can also do a jump from that way. I'm not familiar with this one as much, but you get plenty of height if you jump from down here. Oof. Like I said, I don't think this one's really viable for this route, but it is faster if you can get it down. Almost. Trying to get it without the wall jump here. Because you can sort of save yourself if you know you're not going to make it as far or whatever. There you go. Yep, so a few different ways to do that. In this room, when you enter this room, Oh, I missed that. Okay, so we're gonna just back it up with that. So when you enter this room, you sort of want to enter in a backwards jump, so you lose your momentum. Let's see if I can get it here. There we go. And then aim down and shoot. You can KO through that guy, which is morphing as you hit him, so it doesn't bonk you back. Lay a bomb, do a mock ball. We'll go through that room a couple more times. Alright. Let me just do this again. Alright, hold down, shoot. That's not a mock ball. But that was more or less it. Shoot and go up. And then lay the bomb post stuff there. Okay, next room. I like to do the strat that just avoid them all, so you can get this jump timing down and avoid them all just like that. You want to use a couple missiles here and a super. Depending on how many supers you have, that is. If we're using the fast strat through the kraid slayer, then we are missing one more super, and we won't have this missile count when we're here in a run. So most of the time, if you don't have a missile count, after you shoot this door, you can start charging the beam. And you can pseudo screw through the first one here, and the first one should give you one. If not, you can pseudo screw through the next one. Do not touch mini kraid; he will kill you. Let's go through that sequence one more time. I'm gonna jump over the key hunters and down. Not getting that as cleanly as I want, but it's okay. We're gonna missile these three if you have missiles, and then do not run into kraid. Always make sure you kill them first. We're gonna jump through here. Let's see. We'll do charge beam way. So you should have enough health here to be able to take a few hits. Hopefully, anyway. If you don't have enough health, kraid will health bomb you here, which you might have to replay, or like re-kill mini kraid or farm in the next room to get enough supers. But charge beam won't hurt them here unless you spin through them. In this room, just want to jump. Something like that. You can get a D-boost on the spikes here. And then basically just switch to supers. Shoot in the eye door. Now this is just a method. There's definitely faster things for all the stuff I've been explaining online. Zenny's got great tutorials on this whole game. So totally recommend. if you want to go more extensively or need to know more of the in-depth mechanics of the game or information. Alright, so that's enough of this room. Now we have kraid. The setup for kraid is really easy. We want to morph ball, roll into the door, bomb. Actually, we do it while kraid's not going here. Okay, so we're gonna morph, bomb, crouch up, turn around like that, and then it's gonna put you exactly where you want to be. I use the 2 missile method. 1 missile shoots him there. As soon as he opens his mouth enough, you shoot a super into his mouth, locking his mouth for the following 2 supers. And then that's a great quick kill. There is also another method with charge beam that you can lock his mouth. I am not as familiar with that as much because I only practice the missile one now. But there are good tutorials online for that if you need want that method. Some say it's a little easier. I would say maybe. You do have to shoot 4 supers instead of 3 in the time. So we'll do this one more time and then move on. So you want to try to grab, I usually try to jump somewhere right there to get some missile drops / super drops. Okay, so once we have Varia suit, the game becomes a lot more simple. So yeah, Moch ball through that door. You don't need to, you can run through the door. You want to get to this platform and then jump and get a D-boost this way. So I usually do a little Moch ball. I don't think it saves any time, it's just different. And then you can get a D-boost there. If you're low on supers from kraid, you can use 2 missiles to get through mini kraid right there. We want to jump through this door after mini kraid. Or, actually, I should probably do mini. There's not that much of the run left. So, let's do mini kraid. So either super missiles, then if you're low on missiles again, you want to pseudo screw through these guys. And you want to jump through that door at the end. System missile. 1, 2, 3, shoot, jump. Odds are you probably are going to have full missiles from the kraid drops. There's a lot faster way through these next few sequence of rooms, but so as you come flying through the door, it manipulates all the RNG of the E-hunters so you can get out swiftly without them being in the way. If you do not jump through the door, they will know you're there, per se, and really mess you up. You can get this door open. It's really precise. If you shoot right at ground level, I keep shooting too high. So you can get like a mock ball through that transition down into here for a little bit faster. More or less, you just want to open the door, come down, make sure you lay your bomb close enough to this bomb block, because the camera stops moving a little before you get to this when you come in from this way. So you'll think you're like closer than you are. Go out here, you can farm some of these guys if you're low. You really don't need much ammo besides your supers. Just want to make sure supers are full when leaving kraid. And mini kraid helps for that because they always drop supers, so really easy. So in this route, we won't be picking up high jump or the other E-tank. You can let me see. Upper Norfair Business Center, so you can drop down here. Oh, this doesn't have enemies. So if you drop down here, you can shoot twice and it'll kill this bug on this platform. And then you can drop down here. If you have a couple missiles, 2 missiles kills those hoppers to save a little bit more E-tanks. Or save a little bit more health. You can also shoot them with a P-shot and a missile. And then once we get to this point, we're going to do what is known as called an infinite bomb jump. So when we have bombs, we can basically climb anywhere as long as we have the right placement. So for this, you can definitely start on the ground for infinite bomb jump. I wouldn't recommend it just because it can be a little daunting on the ground, and you have to do a lot more infinite bomb jumps in order to get up here. But that's more or less the rhythm you need to hit. It's not too bad. Single bomb jumps are really smooth. When you get into double bomb jumps, the rhythm can get hectic, as I would like to say. But people who practice them are usually amazing at them. So that was a missile and a P-shot to kill those guys. Then we're gonna go to a single bomb jump. Double in there. We'll shoot this door. That's more or less bomb jumping in a nutshell. I'll go through it one more time. You're going to want to jump, morph, and lay a bomb at a certain height. And then sort of just get a rhythm for single bomb jumps. You don't need to do doubles here. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, so since we're not grabbing high jump boots, I'm gonna create a save state here at the end. So missile, P-shot, double bomb jumps, shoot, and then we're gonna save state. So we want to run through that door, jump, and then into a mock ball off that. And then, depending on the guy's RNG, the next waiver or big bat, I would say. And you also have to, so jump, mock, over, you can wait for him, and then take a nice long jump, and then switch to supers and go through this door. That's more or less this room. I would say pretty much the fastest way. You don't want to take a hit from that guy, but it doesn't really kill it. You don't want to jump too high either. So he went back, which was Sort of bad for us there, but you can still get around them. Okay, easy enough. I only say that because I practice this room a lot. I love this room. Alright, so create another save state for the next room. Okay. So for this next room, if you have, say, 120 health at this point, or you're pretty good on health, you can just basically just roll under all these platforms. And I would recommend this to pretty much everybody. You can just roll under all these. So we're going to jump in, or we're going to run in, jump, morph, and roll. We're going to want to roll until we see this seahorse right here. We can see the green in the ceiling. We want to jump up on this platform and then jump to the door. It's not too bad a jump. So let's see it all in sequence again. Alright, now we're going to go to Bubble Mountain. Bubble Mountain, we just want to go down here. We don't care about the gamers. You can take the damage. Doesn't really matter. And we're going to go this way. Now we're coming up to our next and final glitch, besides having to do some more infinite bomb jumps. So this is called a wave gate glitch. Let me save state. You're basically shooting a missile as you touch the gate, and it forces it through the gate, as you saw right here. This takes a little bit of getting used to, and I'm not perfect at it either, but I would say I'm definitely decent at this trick. The practice hack has a, I believe it's under info HUD. So we're gonna go to info HUD and then oh, it's room strat, isn't it? And then select gate glitch. Okay. Now that we have gate glitch selected, oh wait, let's put the gate back down. It is gonna basically tell us where we're off. So I was late 1 pixel there. And it really doesn't matter where you shoot into the gate, only in that upper half, so you do glitch the missile out in the right spot. You can do it too low and it'll miss. So that was late 2. Late 1. There's the double yes. So we got it. And that'll tell you basically if you're late or you're early, you got the right setup. Let me show you with it slow. Or with it early, I should say. There's early. Early 3 frames. Okay, that was there too. But that's more or less what you want to do. If you run out of missiles, there's a nice bug farm right here, so you can just keep getting missiles and attempting this. This saves a lot of time. You don't need to get wave, you don't need to really get anything else in the run by doing this trick and knowing infinite bomb jumps. Alright, so we're getting through the gate here. You can take a hit from this first bug, and you can fall down all the other platforms and miss everything. As long as you don't move and hold down. You want to go this way, and then we have the croc fight. So there's a couple different methods for croc. More or less, it doesn't really matter too much. You can use your missiles and supers here, and it will make it a little faster croc fight. The best thing, though, is just for him not to go into his shooting phase and to time all these charge shots out. So you just really want to make sure you're getting him in the mouth every time when you can. And that'll back him up fast enough. I like to get him off screen. I think it reduces lag a little bit. But that's more or less a croc fight. Really simple. It does take a little bit to get the hang of like when he's gonna open his mouth, where you have to put the charge shot at. There's definitely been times that I see the charge shot hit his mouth and it doesn't register, and I'm like, why? Okay, so as soon as the screen releases here, you're gonna hightail it left and then jump at the last second. You can get this. Yep, just like that. You can even shoot. Then we're gonna just jump down here. If we have supers, okay, there's two ways to go here. If you have supers and you feel like you're good at gate glitching, you can go to the left, right here, and green gate glitch through, and ultimately it's probably a hair faster if you can do this all right in a row. And then you don't have to infinite bomb jump either. So I'll try to show off this method first. Alright. Basically, you just green gate glitch through, and there's Grapple game. And that is the end of the run. So it's definitely faster if you can get the gate glitch probably by about 10 seconds. And then Grapple game is right here. So that is more or less the route, all the tech you need to take. Let's do the other way. So if you don't want to use or don't want to do this green gate glitch, you can opt to go down here, just fall more or less. Then we're gonna be going through these bugs and on these platforms. So you have to jump over this and then do a infinite bomb jump. Any style you want to do. As you can tell, the double bomb jump is a lot harder than the single bomb jump. You really just need to make sure you lay one as the other one explodes. It is a little slower, but definitely way more consistent for newer runners and even people who are playing this game for a while. The double bomb jump is definitely a lot more difficult. But it does save time if you want to do it here, and in the other room we do it in Cathedral to skip high jump boots. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Um, oh, if you don't want to learn green gate glitches or gate glitches, I'll show where we have to vary off to get wave. So to get wave, as we enter Bubble Mountain from this room, we want to, if you're set on getting wave, you might want to grab high jump boots as well. It just depends on how much you want to carry, but it does make this jump a lot more easy. So the easy way to do this jump is to get on the edge of the platform here in the save room, and we're going to want to jump at the last second on this spot. And that was not the last second. As you see, I jumped maybe 2 tiles early there. Almost jumping from the door, which is not good. Okay, there we go. You can do wall jumps into a morph ball to get up there. You want a morph ball at the top because even if you get hit, you won't get bonked back down. So, definitely helps. Wave beam is through this door. If you fall down, you can wait for the robot to go down, or you can go through the other door again. Let's try Bubble Mountain one more time. Yeah, so if you don't feel comfortable without doing that, without high jumps, and you need wave beam, definitely suggest getting high jump, getting wave beam. You want to jump on these platforms, and wave beam is this way. So you can just jump, wall jump, shoot some missiles. Now we have wave beam, which will allow us to get to Krog without having a gate glitch. You will still need the infinite bomb jump though, even if you go get wave. That will be the only way to get the grapple. And then we just follow the same route down. So if you have high jump here for Bubble Mountain, the jump becomes a lot easier. You can kill that waver or not, but then you'll have so much more height. It makes it a lot easier if you're going for the wave, of course. I have theoretical route. Also, it would be more advanced. So that's it for the advanced route. Um, Theoretical route, you could do early supers and get this reserve tank. And after you get that reserve tank, you would get the high jump E tank and the high jump boots without the Varia suit. So you would have 2 E tanks plus 1 without Varia. Rip. Business Center 2. Equipment. So I'm setting it up right now just to show off that it is possible, but it definitely takes some very swift movement, and I don't think it's really applicable for this run, at least from my skill level. So we got 2+1 in energy. We do have high jump boots. I need to turn off Varia suit because we will not have Varia in this method. So the problem with this route is filling the reserve tank is pretty difficult. And then getting the other tanks to where you need them, and doing this hell run, really. This hell run is pretty bonkers. Shoot, shoot. We've already wasted 72 frames. Ooh, I messed that up. I messed up one strat, or one room strat. Took an extra hit there. We got 180. If you get hit by either one of those guys, that's instantly runs over. So we messed up 2 strats through rooms, and I don't have enough health. Let's try that again. I just don't think... I've done it a couple times, but the way you got to do the rest of the seed, or like get health back in Bubble Mountain, the risk of all this. Oof. So I didn't get my reserves quick enough there, so they went off, and that's another death. I was doing better with runs to death instead of showing this off, but okay. Oof. Still not making a good strat through that room. Oof. So might have enough here. Still messing up strats for rooms, but ooh, I took a hit from that guy and missed the last jump by a little bit. So this way is very punishing. If you miss one jump, that's 20 extra frames. I'd like to show it off once, though. $99 is not good entering this run. Yeah, those guys cost 60 health if you get hit by them, which is just a run ender. We got 139 this time. So reserve tank went off, but we made it here. We got 50 health. We would have about had 70. That was pretty much the perfect run there, at least for my skill. We do have 75 health because we got good health on the gamers. So now we should be able to farm here. To farm here enough to get some frames, which we're getting a lot of missiles and not a lot of health here. We have to do the heated gate glitch. We're still looking for more health here because frames are running shy. Okay, so we got that. We can get hit by the bug, but we can't get hit by anything else in this room. Going over here to get energy again. And then we can do Croc. And that's the potential Varia skip there, but the way my timing has been, unless you do it completely perfectly, I think it's going to end up either losing time or losing you the run, or having to save and then revert back to that save. Alright, so that's more or less the full tutorial. I'm going to do a run of my route with Varia, and that'll conclude this video. Right, so we get on this screen before we start time, and then we go. Another weird way through pit room that I usually come across or do when I fail the jumps. its yellow parlor there. Didn't get too many missile drops there, which was sad. Sometimes that can happen. Sometimes I've had him drop nothing at all, even with full health and like shooting all the drops. Oof. Getting bonked. Not cool. I didn't shoot the block out fast enough. My shot missed. So the enemies were already in different spots. No drops. You can get a weave through those blocks. Ow. Okay. That was bad. No drops. No fail. Oh wow. Not what I meant to do. Can do 3-shot here. 1, 2, 3. Just bonk that door. I should say sometimes. I sometimes bonk that door. Just gonna do the easy way here. Still no missiles. Missiles. Of course. Everybody misses great quick kills sometimes. And my time was that time. Which is going to set us back probably like 20 seconds. Shoot, jump. Knew I was gonna miss that jump. You can get a jump there into like a mock ball as you shoot out the block. Place going down. Shot, missile shot. Alright, we got bomb jump pretty decent. Ooh. Well, that would have been a perfect run. Just missed the jump. It was a little too late. Okay, so this room I did badly also. We're gonna have to deal with some lava. Maybe not as much as I thought. Oh, we're missing all the... This is so bad. Definitely losing some time on this crop fight. Does, take a turn. Just kidding. Really? Like, so weird. I feel like Brock has been very weird this time. Definitely not breaking any records with this run. I guess I had decent rooms most places. We just missed the kraid, quick kill, and fumbled on croc hard. This one. Which is expected. Nothing special, but 1342 with not the kraid and also messing up croc pretty badly. That makes sense. But that is more or less a run, my route. You can switch it up with getting grav. I mean getting wave. Sorry. You can get high jump boots if you feel comfortable getting those as well. Grab another E-tank if you want. But that's more or less, I think, the fastest way that is going to be race obtainable or race worthy, I should say. This is definitely a safe route picking up Varia. You don't have much chance of dying. Alright, that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope everybody has a great time learning these games. Bye bye.